This is The Jeff Crilly Show. So I'm the tail end of the baby boomers. I'm 61 years old, and when I was coming up, the boss was pretty much like, it's my way or the highway. His reason for ordering you to do something was because I said so. Well, that doesn't really play well with the Gen Zs and the millennials, and that's why they bring in executive coaches like my next guest. Julian Sado is in the studio. He's a speaker, author, NLP practitioner, and behavioral coach. That's a lot of titles.
A lot of titles, yes. I'll take them all, too. Yes.
All right, well, let's give them a little bit of background. Executive coaching, how did that happen?
Well, and when I met Jim Rohn really got me involved in neurolinguistic programming, and he really helped me understand how my brain was sabotaging my success because I was so used to how I was feeling. I was always feeling like I was behind the curve or I was lost. So even when I had the opportunity to be unlost, I went back to those same behaviors that made me feel more like me. So I felt like I wasn't myself in the world that I said I wanted to be. Learn how you work, and then you'll learn everything else after that. And so that's how I got in behavioral science and NLP. But it was always instinctive in me because I grew up in a very dysfunctional area. So I became very aware of other people's behaviors, but I didn't take reflection of my own until I met Jim Rohn.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah. And he is kind of like the father of motivational speaking and worked with Tony Robbins and so many others. We talked at the beginning of the show about Gen Zs. They are a different type of employee. I mean, I remember, growing up, and the mantra was, life is not a bowl of cherries. You earn it, you pay your dues, you probably start at the bottom. And a lot of Gen Zs, and I'm not trying to bag on Gen Zs, but a lot of them are coming out saying, okay, when do I get the corner office? How many vacation days do I get? So it's important for bosses to understand how to adapt to the new generation. And you have an amazing workbook that people can actually get for free off of your website.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and put it on the screen, and it's called the Gen Z Pivot. Yes. So tell us about this book.
This is one of my basically my passions. Because I've been an observer of people my whole life, I see a shift in the culture that has never taken place. I mean, never. We are now a global economy. You don't compete with your local competitor. You compete globally. And so what I'm trying to get people to just recognize is get a bigger, broad picture of what's happening globally with our psyche. So to your point, speaking about the fact that we have people that are wanting the corner office after they just get here, say, a week ago. Well, they've been sold on YouTube that, hey, it takes 3 steps and you can have exactly what I have, right? So it's the mindset is about, if I do these quick things fast, I'll have what I want quickly. That is not just in Gen Z, but our culture is shifting that too, because YouTube is the #1 venue watched. If you could take TikTok, any of these things, like even channel, regular TV, Fox, CNN, you can take Hulu, Netflix, all of them combined. YouTube outperforms all of them. And that is the #1 venue watched today is YouTube. We look, and those commercials that run on YouTube are sales pitches about how life is really easy now. So this has become the norm. So when you hire somebody and you're not leveraging their motivation to be whatever it is they want to be, and you're saying just do the job, you already diffused their momentum to do what they're doing, and they become survival.
Talked about discovering their why. So if you were a baby boomer boss and you're working with what you consider an entitled Gen Z, what's your coaching on how the boss can adapt to the strengths of the Gen Z and still get the productivity that he or she wants?
Well, Gen Z likes to be an informer. Right? They learn information quickly, then they want to disseminate that information to an audience. So instead of telling people what to do, ask them, hey, what would you do? How would you change this? I want you to learn this for the purpose of being able to show me what you would do differently. How can we speed this up? The knowledge they have on how to do things has never been done before. We as people want things to seem complicated so we can sell it and package it. But it's not that complicated anymore. Things move pretty fast.
What does a great client or a great audience look like for you?
We're on a different planet now. The air is different. The ability to do things are different. So I like leaders who want to do different things and are willing to test things out like scientists. Like, let's test it versus assuming it's not going to work because, and then leveraging past stories of why that is. I focus on subconscious. The subconscious controls, people say 90%. It literally is about 98% of who you are. You're judging me right now by the way I sound, what I'm wearing. you can't help it. But it's not the subconscious that matters. It's what you do about the subconscious. Are you aware of it? So I just want you to think about what you do from either if you're working for a company or if you own a company. Consider all the things you don't know, and then experiment. Be willing to fail, because that's the only reason you're going to know what really works.
Awesome. Thank you so much for blessing us with your wisdom and your truth. And I'm sure people will be reaching out to you.